The road from the Dead Sea to Petra lies the Dana National Park. It's a favorite among ornithologists and bird lovers who come here to watch the over 200 species that have their habitat here. Protected mammals live among the poorly vegetated hills. We could only meet a porcupine who enthusiastically scratched the sides of our tents, although many small rodents, desert foxes, squirrels, and rabbit species live here, along with a number of lizards. But according to our hosts, no scorpions or snakes live here. It's amazing how easily we can adapt to the semi-savage conditions of a Bedouin tent camp, despite being civilized Western city dwellers. Although as tourists, we do get some allowances, such as the water facilities under the stone domes and clean water closets and cold showers. In the morning, a 20-centimeter-long stick insect stood at the door. Maybe it was waiting for its turn to take a shower. Of course, our last program for the evening was drinking some steaming herbal tea at the campfire together.
Is this Hungarian embassy? Yes, I want to change it. Did you manage to say that France was? I think they will be surprised. Ha! Ha! Good morning. Look in Hungary.
Not far from Dana National Park lies the village of Dana, famous not only for its breathtaking view, but also for being a kind of craft village. The adobe and stone blockhouses of the village almost vanish in the clay-colored mountains. Even when you get closer, only the thickest tower of the minaret indicates that you have reached the settlement. At the Visitors Center, you're greeted by a welcome drink, which is of course alcohol-free in accordance with the customs of Islam. You can buy local spices and tea in the shops, and also small pieces of jewelry decorated by the silhouette of local animals. The view that opens up before your eyes is colored by the shadow play of the clouds. Our drivers would like to spend the time while they're waiting by reading the paper, but realize they can't speak Hungarian, so they end up looking at the pictures. Before you get the idea that the stone heaps you see everywhere are tombs or other monuments, let me tell you, they mark private ownership of the land. The peculiar rock formations stretch out all the way to the horizon. You can't see exactly where the border is, but those faraway mountains already belong to Israel. Jordan is a 90,000 square kilometer little country, wedged among Israel, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Syria. Although it's not independent geographically, politically it is, and it can't be emphasized enough that it's a safe little island of peace in the volatile and conflict-laden world of the Middle East. This is mainly owing to the late King Hussein, who died in 1999, and the prevailing king, who, guided by smart diplomatic sense, stayed out of the conflicts of the surrounding countries. And let's not forget about the peace-loving people of Jordan, since their mentality is the guarantee that their country will continue along this road in the future as well. Jordan was able to develop into a modern place while keeping its traditions and respect for the past, and also prosper, partly due to tourism. It's important to know the people of Jordan do their best to ensure that a visit to their country is a pleasant experience for anybody. Their hospitality and open smile is inherent to their nature, which is only complemented by an obvious long-term business interest targeted at the further development of tourism. Let's face it, Jordan, being part of the Holy Land, with a plethora of religious sites and having a coast on both the Dead Sea and the Red Sea, could take the place of Israel in international tourism. All the more so because tourists are always after the exotic and new destinations waiting to be discovered.
Ciao. You take my car, I'm taking the donkey.
Sheikh al-Barid, sometimes called Little Petra, was the suburb and possibly business center of the Nabatean capital. While Petra was serving as the center of the cult of the ancestral dead, Little Petra was ruled by life. The facades may not be as fancy, but they were not intended for eternity either. Today it's hard to tell about some of these caves, whether they were made by human hands or not. Bedouin families lived here as little as 20 years ago and like to come back even now during the day. Our host told us stories about local life and promised to show us the cave in Petra where he was born. Sheikh al-Barid and Petra were closely connected once and only got separated when the new quarter was built, because Petra naturally has a new city quarter. This is where the locals working in the tourism industry live, and where the hotels are. Petra offers 5 5-star, 3 4-star, and 4 3-star hotels for visitors. The excellent microclimate of the gorge, the shady rock walls, and the little stream that once flowed here provide ample explanation why the nomadic Nabateans chose this place to settle down. Bedouins drink tea instead of coffee and alcohol. They can make a fire and tea anywhere. We had to admit that even the sunset is incomplete without it. The terrace of the hotel gives an enticing view of Petra, so, in order to get on our way as soon as possible, we asked the master chef of the hotel to make breakfast for us, and he prepared a royal treat for everyone, according to their individual requests.